saw you in that chat room, so innocent and young. I swore I'd protect you from the perverts and bums, but I fell for you fast, didn't know it was wrong. I first showed you Bud, then my little Armstrong. Kayla, I wish that we was closer in age, 'cause it's 4.5 years till we get engaged. But now that you love me, please do me a favor. Experiment for me and pretend I'm your neighbor. And remember, my precious princess, that I loved you first. Mr. Penis, and I chose you for better or worse. I want you to love me, so just love me right. I'm not asking for much, just the rest of your life. Just always be faithful and follow our rules, and I'll love you right back and our life will be cool. For Christ's sakes, Winnie, it's been years since my charge. I've moved back to Maine and my life's fucking hard. Yes, of course I've been drinking what's a few dozen beers, 'cause you're out fucking cheating and I'm drowning in tears. But quit playing games and just stop the cocaine, and I'll fucking marry you and I'll give you my name. Mrs. Winifred Armstrong, will you give me your hand? Just tell me you love me and forget about Dan. I want you to love me, so just love me right. I'm not asking for much, just the rest of your life. Just always be faithful and stop acting so cruel, and I'll love you right back and keep playing your fool, babe. I built you a closet with a chandelier shine and a love swing so I can fuck you from behind. But you're still dancing on camera while I fix up this place, and you say it's just work with your tits in their face. But I think you're so special, and I'd wait my whole life to let you take my V card and to make you my wife. But I can't fucking stand that you're still in them chat rooms and using Wildo and sending rod news. I want you to love me, so just love me right. I'm not asking for much, just the rest of your life. Just always be faithful and stop cheating on me, and I'll love you right back. Just you wait and see.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, welcome.
I love that song.
I'm so glad Hey Blinken is making music now,
Yes.
because we can have like music to start our streams that's good and not going to get us copyright struck. Hey Blinken, please don't start copyright striking us.
Please.
Oh my goodness. So how's everyone doing? Sorry we missed last week, but Paco had that chest cold hanging on to her a little bit.
Yeah.
And she took plenty of weak coffee and cigarettes until it went away.
I did.
Yes.
Went away faster than Lauren, so.
Yes. Are you ready to get to the meandering begging?
Oh, I am.
Okay. So let's just get this out of the way. Oh, shit. He's already struck us.
Oh, dang it.
God damn it. Now we gotta find somebody else to rip off. Okay, let's see. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's see how badly you could fuck
All right.
this up.
I haven't done this in a while. And the last time I did it, I fucked it up pretty bad. Okay, let's see.
Do it.
All right. You can see us here. You can see us at Paco Pete Pot Pies on Rumble and Spotify. We're Magnum Pot Pie. We have a Ko-Fi that's Magnum Pot Pie, a Teespring that's Magnum Pot Pie. And for $10, you can go to patreon.com/Magnum Pot Pie, and I'll call you a dog fucker.
Yep.
Like these dog fuckers that are about to scroll on screen. We've got Rhoda, BNC Baloney, Shane, Deleted Archives, Chicken on a Chain, Jillian, and Penetration. So we thank each and every one of you dog fuckers.
And there is one missing. I have not updated. I am sorry. Between school and getting sick, to whoever it is, I promise I will fix it.
Yeah, I'm sorry if we missed you on the scroll there. Paco's gotten a little behind, and
we will call you a double dog fucker next time.
A triple dog fucker.
There we go.
Yeah, he'll be the triple dog fucker. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Now, last week was our anniversary. 19 years.
Yes.
19 years.
Whoosh.
And so I had set up with a world-famous chef to make one of your all-time favorite meals. And he graciously agreed to hold off until this week for you.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm scared to be... Crab legs?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Honey, no. You're supposed to love me.
I know, it's crazy.
You do not get any elbow tonight.
Well, I got a famous chef to make you crab legs, okay? And you're going to complain about that. My goodness. So
Yes.
let's just see the crab legs, okay?
Hey, boom shaky.
Yes, they're very tiny
What
behind.
glorious things are we doing
won't you
right now on
guess what?
YouTube? We got some snow crab legs that were sent to me by my YouTube fans.
Oh,
Aren't those already cooked? Those are cooked, right?
They look
okay,
cooked.
those are
they
cooked.
look cooked, yeah.
All right, I wanted to go into this. Those are cooked.
What
We're going
abomination.
to start by adding some butter to our pan. And then we're going to add a bunch of other ingredients. Cube of butter. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to cook up some delicious snow crab legs. It's going to be delicious.
I doubt
Now
it.
here's our butter. We're going to melt that in our pan, get it meltified real quick.
No, Kratos, you
Wash it
cannot
like a
have any of the
hawk.
crab legs.
We don't want to burn it. Stove's not turned on super hot, but it's hot enough. Because we're going to boil these crab legs, snow crab legs in dankness. See, while we're growing up some crab legs, or boiling them I should say, we're going to crack open a beer. And the beer we're going to use for our recipe is Bud Light Platinum. We're going to melt the butter real quick before we add everything else. You're going to dip your crab and lobster meat in butter, so why not cook it up in butter? That's what I'm saying, dudes. Dudettes. Look at that. Excellent. Some garlic powder from McCormick Seasoning.
Garlic powder. Okay, well, we're not going terrible thus far.
Already got it open.
Not what I would put, but...
And we're just going to add a little bit of garlic powder to it. That's a perfect amount. Don't need any more of that. Right there, look at that. Beautiful. I'm going to stir it around. Now we're going to add some stuff. Some lemon juice.
Hey, Blink, can you fix this? This exact meal?
I doubt it.
Has he poured the beer in yet? I had to step away.
No.
Okay.
He was showing the butter
Okay.
and adding
Looks like
garlic.
half the
Wait,
bottle
what's-
there, but that's plenty of that nonsense. Got that in there.
There you go.
Nice. Now
What's
we're going
that?
to add our snow crab.
That's a healthy man's portion of butter right there.
It's...
I bet his doctor would be happy to see that because that's probably healthier than anything else he eats.
Add the whole goddamn thing in there. This is like crab legs you buy at like the grocery stores and like your meat / seafood markets. Now we're gonna take a close look at that sexiness because we're not done adding liquids to it. Oh, you already know what's gonna happen next. We're gonna need some beer. Crack open a Bud Light Platinum. We're gonna pour it in there. Oh yeah, get in there, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And pour a whole goddamn bottle of that in there. But I'm feeling kind of fancy, YouTube, so we're gonna add some white wine right here. You could just use whatever white wine, Apothic white, whatever. I happen to grab this Roscato Italia cheap white wine, you know.
This man's drinking cheap alcohol. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. That's got to be like $1,000 bottle of wine right there. There's no chance that that's like bottom shelf.
Mm-hmm.
There's no chance that's the stuff that wishes it was Arbor Mist.
Nah.
You don't gotta be super fancy to be good. Crack that open. I'm gonna pour that white wine
A quality
on top
wine
of our
with a
beer and our
Christoph
butter.
Hey, that's enough wine.
Apparently not. Oh, Lord.
Let's do a little bit to try off camera or on camera. Who cares? Fuck it. A little bit for off camera. Look at that. It's not quite full yet. So we need to add some water to it. Got a cup. We got some water jugs right there. So it don't matter. I need to sprinkle more.
Oh, so fun story. While I was recording this, my boss comes over and he sees that cauldron with the legs sticking out of it.
Okay.
And he's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "King Cobra's making crab legs. He's poured in the beer, the wine, and the butter." And he goes, "This is why I'm a vegetarian." And just walks off.
Just a tiny bit more of our garlic salt powder on top. Just kind of went like that real quick. You know what I'm saying? The lid's not open. I'm just demonstrating for you purpose-wise. And I took that fork and I stirred it around in that mixture. But then I took a spoon, we did the same material as like this fork and right here. And I got it weighing down the crab legs in our mixture as we speak.
It's always good when it's described as a mixture.
All those crab legs. This is snow crab.
I would like to remind everybody that these were fully cooked crab legs. These have to be marvelous.
I'm sure they are.
Right now I got the fan turned on to low. I'm watching like a hawk and it starts to overboil and I'll just turn the heat down. I'll let those crab legs slowly boil in that white wine. Here's the white wine that I used. That's a really good white wine for 21 up. It has a really nice white wine consistency and a nice sweetness to it, which I think is going to balance out the saltiness of the garlic powder and the sour of the lemon.
This is for you, Paco. You should be watching this.
I'm watching.
Delicious
this.
Mixture.
Cauldron is correct. This is...
Because I was sampling the liquid while
So much for going to
boiling it up.
Yeah, we can make it
The
right
lemon
here.
was overpowering, so it needed just a pinch more garlic powder to like kind of like even it out a bit.
This video actually like unlocked a core memory for me. Like growing up, we had a finished basement, but it wasn't really used for much more than like storage, laundry room, that kind of stuff. And for some reason, we had this random oven just sitting down in the basement, and it was one of those with the buttons on top.
Huh.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that till I watched this video. I hope nothing like this was ever cooked on it.
You know what I'm saying? You see the spoon right there, holding it down, doing its job. This pan was just a little bit bigger. It could have been no work, but that's all good. It's all good. This ain't gonna hurt nothing. But check this out, YouTube. Check out the snow crabs.
What is the boiling point of like beer and wine compared to water? Is it about the same? Like, is that hotter than just water would be? Is that about the same as if it was just water? Like, I'm kind of wondering.
Internet-capable device.
Uh,
I'm just kind of wondering. Well, I figure maybe someone in the chat knows.
When it boiled down to a point where the spoon was exposed, I took it out and put it in the sink.
What's beer?
Yeah, we're just gonna let those snow crab legs boil in that mixture until
Well, we've got
level
somebody
goes
who
pretty
boils
down,
beer.
nice and low. I've been drinking a little bit of Bud Light Platinum, so don't mind me.
Ume better
Smells
get here.
good.
She's not
All that
gonna wanna eat
butter
this.
and
No,
white
she's
wine
not.
and beer is gonna seep into the cracks of the crab legs and like taint the meat. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm.
Taint the meat is not ever something you should say when cooking.
No.
You should never describe your cooking as tainting the meat. God damn.
Absolutely not. Cobra, honey.
I'm hoping it don't have
Babies.
any wings. People are like, "What the fuck does your meat look like?" And I'm like, "It's looking fantastic. Here's what's left of that fire mead. There was like about that much left in the wine jar. I just mixed it with a whole bunch of shit and called it a day, man." Yeah. You know, that crab legs are gonna boil in the buttery wine beer mixture until that liquid
No
gets
cake till you
down
finished your
pretty
crab
low.
legs.
And they were like low. And they'll be fully cooked for sure. Gonna let them cool off and just do their thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
let
you know what
them
I'm saying?
do
It
their
tastes good and it
thing.
smells, and it should be just fine. I like red lobster, I like seafood, and crab.
I've probably said this before, but imagine walking past this guy's apartment, smelling what he's cooking, and trying to guess what it is.
Right?
Lobster. I'm not that picky, to be honest. Like, I want the butter to cook all into that crab leg goodness. Snow crab. Look, if you go to Red Lobster, they give you some butter to dunk your crab or your lobster tail in. So, 4 steps ahead of it, my dudes.
Do you think this guy spends a lot of time at Red Lobster eating lobster tails?
No.
I'm gonna check it on it periodically. That's how I know this. When the spoon started to surface, just barely above the liquid is slowly boiling off and cooking into the crab legs. It's not gonna overcook it, but it is gonna soak those crab legs, snow crab legs, in a buttery white wine beer flavor. That is just rock star delicious. Hope.
That's a sentence no one has ever said before.
No, it really isn't.
I've heard all of those words, but never in exactly that order.
It's a little horrifying.
Yeah.
Hopefully. And if it tastes good, cool. If it tastes like I'm not afraid to say it, because that fiery fish pizza was ridiculous.
Pickle, do you happen to live near King Cobra? There could be a correlation there.
But right now it just smells like butter in my kitchen.
That's her
like
downstairs
garlic
neighbor.
butter, all kinds of goodness. And some of these recipes I come up with, if they're dank enough, I'd host to them at my own personal cocktail party, if you know what I'm saying. Dankest drinks, the most delicious food, and good company. Cheers.
But where's he going to get the dankest drinks and the delicious food?
I don't know.
He and Kay need to have a cook-off.
Oh,
And then judged by Gordon Ramsay.
that would be funny, actually. I would watch that.
That'd be pretty good.
I would watch that.
Dude, if they made a fucking scented candle that smelled like the
Oh, you know it'd be even better? If, like, he and Kay were, like, competing, right? And Gordon Ramsay was judging, and, like, we introduced Jack as if he was another world-renowned chef. And then, like, slowly through the course of this thing, Gordon Ramsay comes to realize that Jack's also an idiot.
Yeah.
crab legs. I'm
Again, I
cooking
would pay
right
to
now.
see that. Like,
And
take my money.
Yeah, I think we got a show idea.
Sugar biscuits are the shits. You know, you go in there and you see the lobster tanks, and you're like, I want to pet one. And you tickle the lobster, and it's so, it's ticklish. You're like, I'm gonna eat you now.
what is he blabbering about?
So he's really drunk, and he was just talking about tickling lobsters. I love this guy. Yep. Don't even know why we did that.
That's all we're gonna need for that.
Did we need
that
that?
boil in the beer and the butter?
I didn't think so.
Oh,
But apparently I'm not a
shit.
chef.
Oh, this dude's not as drunk as he was last time. But this guy's drunk.
He is drunk.
This guy's drunk.
That's just smelling all kinds and looking all kinds of sexy.
No, it's really not.
Crab legs, snow crab legs, snow crab legs.
Oh my gosh.
The next day.
Cheers, YouTube. I just cracked
Just as
this
drunk?
open a couple days ago to pour a little bit into my mead. This stuff, Facebook and social media, is Everclear. Grain alcohol. This stuff is no joke, son. You don't need a whole lot of this. One of my YouTube fans sent it to me, and I greatly appreciate it. I'm not going to drink the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
The good majority of this will be saved, just like all the other bottles in my freezer that the fans sent. Just got done trying that delicious bastard. The Taco John's pizza is delicious.
Wait. So this guy made the crab legs.
Right.
Presumably just left them on the stove all night.
Yes.
Ordered a pizza.
Yes.
Ate the pizza.
Yes.
And now he's about to turn on the crab legs.
I'm failing to see what your point is.
Does anybody know if this guy died from eating like tainted seafood? Because I don't know much about crabs, right? But I do know you don't leave them sitting out on your counter all night.
You just have no sense of attention.
Yeah, is this guy still alive? Is this what killed him?
Recommend. But we're going to do a drink combo, speaking of Taco John's. I need some ice. And Taco John's cup already got ice in it, so let's just do it. My Mountain Dew ice cold. And pour a shot of Everclear on that Mountain Dew. And that Everclear bottle is freezer cold, son.
Yeah, my best friend's from Maryland. I would not show him this video. It's awful early in the day to be hitting the Everclear.
You don't need a whole lot of this. This stuff is strong. And a splash of Bud Light Platinum.
Why not?
Let's just go
Word for the
crazy.
night.
We're going nuts today.
Why not? So if this guy moved in with Lorne, and they took turns cooking for each other, which one of them do you think would die first? Probably Lorne, right? This stuff would kill Lorne, right?
Yeah, probably.
Can we fund that?
Watch the foam level. We're good. That is filled to the top. I'll pour the rest of this in here. Last of that one.
Are we going to get to the crab legs, or are we just done with that?
I think we're just done.
I think we've forgotten all about them, and it's onto the drinking.
Well, to be fair, I
You can definitely taste the Everclear, but I didn't pour too much in there. That's just the right amount. It's enough to give you a taster of it, but not like, you know what I'm saying?
So we actually never did get to the crab legs. We never did find out exactly how dank they were.
I'm going to assume very dank.
We can just assume they were absolutely delicious.
No.
Yeah, they were absolutely delicious. Yeah, I think Cobra would definitely hate Lorne, and I think Lorne would die just from the amount of seasoning alone.
Yeah, probably.
I think Kay probably out-seasons Lorne.
Yes.
With her salte. Yeah. So tonight was either this or it was going to be the fish finger bolognese.
Oh.
But I figure you like crab legs better, so we'd go with that.
Well, I also didn't have him eating in my ears, so thumbs up.
All right. So next we got we got Lorne's house losing to homelessness.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we've covered this one or not.
I don't think so. I don't recall it.
But this one's a favorite, so there we go. That's right, Kratos.
Good morning, my beautiful, precious wife. I hope you're over being upset. I've decided that because you're my fiancé, you're the one person I should be able to open up about anything and everything, especially if it's stuff about us. You would just call me a coward if I didn't. And you already know how much I hate that. I love you. I just talked to Roy, honey. I think he's finally done drinking. He sounds a lot better. I think he's going to stay in the shed. He wants to talk about it now, at least. Change the plan, honey. I'm going to work for that lady tomorrow instead of today. I also want you to know that I do want to trust you completely. And if there's anyone in this world that I absolutely have to be able to trust completely, it's you. I just want all the saying things to make me jealous to stop. And thinking it's fine for others to see you naked or in your underwear to stop, unless it's your work. And I want you to be able to talk to me and know that it's going to stay with me. I love you more than anything, precious. Honey,
Yeah, what I love about this call, you said it perfectly, is early on, this hooker is great. Like, she's going to be a perfect for Will. You know, she's going to straighten Roy out. Like, it's all great. Roy is doing so much better, you know, and all this. And then after, she's like, fuck no, I'd rather sleep in my truck, you pedophile. Then all of a sudden, this is what's wrong with fucking Roy.
I have an issue here that I need to talk to you about ASAP. Mad at me or not, I need you to talk to me, please.
Okay.
What is so important?
Roy's still at the hotel. He's got another room for another night. He's got a friend that is homeless also, and she's 25, but she has ambition. She doesn't want to be where.
I bet when Lorne was told that this 25-year-old hooker was going to be moving with Roy, I bet he did like one of those cartoon wolves where his eyes like popped out of his head and his tongue rolled out on the ground, and he hovered in the air for a second and went awooga.
I could really see that.
She's been sleeping in the truck. She has a truck, and she's been sleeping in that. She's got all of her stuff in there. So I told her and Roy, that...
Yeah, I mean, what a deal the shed is. I'm not even sure it had the window at this point. You know, it's got an extension cord out there because Roy had a coffee pot or something. And it's half full of Lorne's shit. And it locks from the outside.
Yeah, not at all scary.
What a great place to live in the Maine winter time in a nice shipping container.
Yeah, that you get locked in. Oh, that's perfect.
But I think there is a wood stove in it, so you can bake.
They can stay in the shed and fix it up and put the addition on.
An addition onto the shipping container.
They pay me $200 a month each, and help me around the place, keep the place up, help me tear the house down. And I told them that I have to talk to you about it first.
$250 a month each, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
There's two. But she doesn't do drugs.
Front to back vinyl. I'm not sure how many more prison letters there are. They're there on the temple. We're just sort of reading them as we come. I guess when we scroll and we don't see any more, we've reached the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have not done enough research to know how many prison letters they are. I know that's a shock that we're not that professional an organization here. By the way, if you like records, check out Front to Back Final. His channel's great.
She doesn't smoke. She doesn't drink. She likes horses. I told her about you.
How about that? How about that? Yeah. Well, I got a girlfriend who's a robot.
Yeah? Yeah?
She has to think, oh, you know, it's neat. It's neat that that we have people like this.
Yeah. Where's his helmet?
So I need to know what you think.
Do I have to cut
I'd
this
really
guy's
like to hook
food
her up
for
with
him?
Will. I think her and Will would like each other.
Yeah, perfect for Will.
What?
I said I'd like to hook her up with Will because I think her and Will would like each other.
She is perfect for Will. Will needs a nice broken jawed hooker in his life.
Absolutely.
She comes with her own truck.
What do you think?
By the way, I'm not making fun of hookers with broken jaws. This woman's situation, if what Lauren's reporting is accurate, is horrific. This woman's situation is horrific. It's the way Lauren's presenting all of this is what's funny. I just wanted to get that out there before somebody writes some comment about it. It's like, no, this woman's life situation is horrific, but Lauren is ridiculous.
Lauren's ridiculous, yeah.
Are you okay with it?
Why is she homeless?
I don't know. She had a boyfriend, I guess, but from what Roy told me, her boyfriend was beating her up and stuff, and I guess that's why, as far as I can tell.
You know, Lauren had an uncle, like a crazy uncle that lived in a chicken coop, like in a field across the street from the house he grew up in. Yeah. I wish I could pinpoint the call he mentions that. But he mentions it in the call.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, the robot wants a horse barn. He's going to build
I don't think you should be demanding they help with your tear-down house.
Oh yeah, I think I might have talked through his demands. So 200 apiece.
Uh-huh.
They have to help with the tear-down house.
Okay.
They have to clean his shack.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like, they have to, like, constantly work and slave away for him and somehow come up with $200 a month to live in half of the shipping container with no plumbing, to be locked in there at night. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Well, that's where the material's going to come to put their addition on.
And she has to shower in the trailer.
Out there.
Oh, yeah, no.
How does Roy know her?
I guess from, he said from, I don't know if you remember that girl, Julie, were we together last, I don't think you and I were together yet. It was last year when he was working for Timbro. He met some girl, Julie, and I guess he met this girl through.
Yeah, it's a Casey call, isn't it? Yeah, it's a Casey call where he's talking about his crazy uncle living in a chicken coop.
That Julie.
Odge.
Oh. But I need to know how you feel about it before I can tell him okay. She's all excited about it because she's been sleeping in her truck, and I guess she hasn't taken a shower for a week, and Roy let her take a shower in his hotel room.
Imagine the disappointment this woman has, right?
Yeah.
You'll find out in this call her life is not going well. And she thinks she's finally got herself a leg up, only to discover it's Lauren's metal shed.
Yeah.
Right?
That's not...
Yeah, imagine what a letdown she had that day.
Poor thing.
Pimp Daddy Roy?
Her name is Samantha. I'd really like to hook her up with Will. I really think her and Will would like each other.
So where did you come up the price for rent?
I just figured the light bill. I figured the light bill, and I won't be able to use the back part of the shed for my stuff. So I told him I need half the shed for my tools, and then we're gonna have to hurry up and get your horse barn up, or put a part on that or something, put it in the attic or something to either put your stuff in or whatever stuff you want to take out of the house, put that stuff in. Till the yard sale next year, and then we can sell it on the yard sale.
I want you to imagine you're the guy at the Home Depot. Like, I know Lauren would never do this, but just imagine for a sec. You know where they have the books of, like, different plans for different kinds of buildings and things like that? Mm-hmm. So Lauren's just standing there, and he's, like, looking. He goes, where do you have the books for horse barns? And like, the guy's like, excuse me? He goes, horse barn. I got a tear down house. I'm using the wood to make a horse barn. I need to get the horse barn up because my brother and his hooker friend are moving into my metal shed. And my robot needs to store horses.
Does she know about you?
I would think I was getting trolled.
Not much Roy told her. I gotta tell her.
Camera.
Yes.
Before she can move in, I gotta tell her about my situation. Because I told her, I said, there's no drinking there. I don't want any of your friends over here.
You know, what's so great about this? I know I keep pausing it. We haven't even gotten into it yet. What's so great about this? This sounds like a scenario they would give him in the catfishing, right?
It does.
That a hooker wants to live in his metal shed. Like, this sounds like something the catfish crew would have come up with, but it's his actual life.
That's what's so weird.
Yeah. I know, I gotta stop pausing this. I gotta let it play.
I'm trying to be very forward with her to let her know everything. But
When is that happening?
Well, she wants to stay in there tonight. She wants to come over right now and clean it. She's motivated because she's been sleeping in her truck. And she also needs money. She needs work. She's on unemployment right now, as far as what Roy told me. So I told her that I was starting a business, and then I thought about you.
When you tell her?
This poor thing. I know I said I wasn't going to pause, but this poor thing. She thought her ship had come in, right?
Yeah.
She's going to get a place to live. This guy's going to start a business and going to hire her. And then it's Lauren Armstrong.
Yeah,
This poor thing. She thought her ship had come in, right?
Together.
Yeah, she thought she's finally getting on with things.
Oh, double hamburger.
Oh, man.
You're not going to like what you have to eat.
You're not going to like it. Just imagine severely overcooked crab legs boiled in beer and butter.
And wine. With garlic and lemon.
Yeah, yeah.
I already know everything.
Even Cobra didn't eat it. He just started drinking instead. He ordered a pizza.
There's nothing about me that you don't know. So that's up to you if you want to be there when I tell her. But she's gonna have to know. I gotta tell her because she's gotta know.
I so wish she was on the phone when he told her.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to be forward with her about everything. She's got to know everything about me. That way she's comfortable with staying here. But I need to know how you feel about it.
Wouldn't it have been so great if we'd have got to hear
Trying to
this
get Roy
happening?
motivated right now to
Yes.
come over here and help her clean it out and move stuff around. I'm going to tell
It's
you right
fine.
now.
The rent is steep though. For what you are giving them, it's a lot to pay.
Okay, it's too much to pay? Alright, so what do you think? Tell me what you're thinking and we'll go by that. There's got to be enough to cover what they use for the light bill. Yep.
Now, what on earth is Lorne doing in his trailer that his electric bill is $500 a month?
Right.
Like we live in a mobile home, and my electric bill has never gotten anywhere near $500
No.
in a month. I mean, of course, we have walls. I mean, there's that. So I guess it could be. But he uses wood stoves for heat. Oh, what's he doing? Cooking meth? Like, I don't know.
Maybe?
Yeah.
At least. I mean, we're going to be missing half our shed, but...
You are trying to get them to pay your whole light bill.
No, I'm not. Trying to get them to pay their light bill, plus with lack of room in my shed, I got to find stuff in a place to put stuff now. We're going to have to stuff it in the
Yeah,
dog shed.
his dick lamp.
And I've got the portable shed too. That I can finish that, and I can put stuff under that too, I guess.
Oh, that's true. He probably only pays his electric bill like right before the final notice, so it's like every 3 months. So $500 is like 3 months worth of electric bill and late fees. You're right.
All right, tell me what you think for a price.
Are they using the kitchen and bathroom?
Well, until we can get it set up out there, I'm gonna see if Uncle Clay's I'm gonna have more gravel brought in before winter. So that burn pile, I gotta burn that burn pile, then have more gravel brought in, and Uncle Clay's gonna come over and smooth out the gravel for me. When he does that, I'll have him dig a line from the well to the shed, so that way they can have water out there. But they're gonna be able to come in and use the bathroom and the shower. And we're gonna have to hurry up and finish mine in your bathroom, so that way I can use that, and they can just come in and use this bathroom in here until we figure out what we can do.
Do you like that? Would you like to use Lauren's bathroom?
No.
Would any power under heaven compel you to use Lauren's toilet?
Nope.
Rather
I would rather shut down my leg and dance in it than use his toilet.
All right. Well, there you go.
Ugh.
As far as putting the bathroom in there or
Just sit right
something.
on it.
Ugh.
But I'm going to tell you, I really don't have a lot of faith in Roy. His head still is not where it needs to be.
Unlike yours.
Now, I don't know if this girl here, told Roy Illustrated, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend, we're just friends, and I do like to cuddle. She said that's what she told Roy.
What?
She said to Roy, "We are not in a relationship, but I still got to get some of that natty daddy."
Alrighty.
There you go. That's right.
And poor Lauren is jealous.
The Cornville pipe layer himself.
I think 125 apiece is fair.
Okay. So I'll tell him 125 apiece. I'm gonna be honest, honey. I really see Roy wind up being in the homeless shelter. I'm gonna be honest about it. As much as I'm trying to help him, trying to get him to get in the shed and get himself straightened out, just the way that he's acting, he's wanted to check on an apartment that costs $725 a month, and he doesn't have the money, and he doesn't have the work because they're almost done that house on St. John Street that he's been working on. Uncle Clay won't let him work when he's drinking anyway. He's got to be sober for Uncle Clay. And I don't know how much more work Uncle Clay has, if he has any. And Roy does work for Stan, but I think he makes like $8 an hour off Stan or something like that, $8 or $10 an hour. Roy basically keeps doing it just to help Stan out, but it helps Roy out with a little bit of money too. But other than that, Roy doesn't have any jobs that I know of.
Uncle Clayt and Aunt Sharon are both fairly well-off people.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how they are financially. I wouldn't call them rich, I don't guess, because I have no idea. But I do know both of them own a lot of property they rent out. They're fairly well off. They're where the family goes for money, right?
Right.
They could put Roy in a rehab. They could at least try to get Roy into a rehab. But instead, the Armstrongs do nothing, and then they've run out of ideas and say, well, there's just no helping the boy.
Sounds about
and
right.
His head is it's just not where it needs to be. I can really see him going to a homeless shelter versus coming here and staying in the shed, because it's just because of the way he's acting. He's just acting.
What about those options?
Depressed for one thing. And his head is he wants the goddamn alcohol. He wants that so bad. I mean, this will make 6 days that he's been in the hotel room and 5 days of drinking. And he's just now sobering up. And he told me this morning that he can feel that he's sobering up, and he took a shower because he could smell himself. And he said, even though I took a shower, I can still smell myself. I said, well, you're sweating and it's coming out of you. I mean, he spent $480 on the fucking hotel room for a week. Or for 6 days, not even a week.
When are you talking to this woman about it? When is she coming over to clean?
She's wanting to. She would have been here already if Roy wouldn't have wanted to take a nap. She went and took a shower, and Roy wanted me to leave so he could take a nap before he came over and done anything. He said, give me a couple hours. So I texted her and I told her, I said, Roy wants to take a nap, and I'm not going by his set schedule. I said, so when you're ready, you give me a call or text me. And she texted me, said she was going to take a shower and go to the ATM, and then she was going to come here. And so I asked her if she could get Roy motivated to come over here. So if she couldn't, give me directions.
Oh, she can motivate Roy.
I'd give her directions. So she wants to do it today. I guess she wants to be in there tonight, I guess. Whether she'll stay there tonight or over in the hotel room with Roy, I don't know. But she seems like she's a little scared, too, because she asked me if there's a lock on the door. I said, yeah, there's a lock on the door. I said, we can put it a little different one because I can't find the key to that one.
Yeah.
We're going to put a whole, I've got locks anyway, so, with keys, so we can just put a different lock on them.
Can you imagine how bleak, it would be that first night you sleep in that shipping container?
Yeah.
Can you just imagine that first night you're sleeping in there going, so this is where my life is?
Poor thing. No one deserves to get stuck in Lauren's metal shed.
I'd rather live in the chicken shack.
Mm-hmm.
Cuddled up with the chickens.
As long as you're all right with it, and then I'll continue to let her come over and do what she got to do. And I guess I understand why she's scared, because she said she feels like, Roy asked her if he hit her last night or the night before last or something like that, and she said, yeah, she said she feels like her jaw is broken. But she seems to be able to talk behind, so I don't.
No, it's a shipping container. Like you see him being towed down the road on tractor trailers. It's a shipping container. It doesn't have a doorknob. It's two big barn doors, on the back of it with catch hooks, and you use a chain to lock the thing.
Yeah, not at all terrifying.
Yeah. Like, I have no idea how you would lock that from the inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend, the one that she was with. Roy asked her if he hit her again, and she told him yeah. She says she feels like her jaw is broken, but she talks fine.
You worded that poorly. You made it sound like Roy hit her.
You did make it sound like that.
No,
Yeah.
her boyfriend.
Well, at least Dr. Armstrong looked at her jar and said it weren't broken.
Yeah, thank goodness
Thank
we have him
goodness.
to help us out with that.
Not Roy, but her boyfriend. Roy asked her if her boyfriend hit her again. She said yeah, and she feels like her jaw is broken. But I don't think her jaw is broken because she's talking fine. Might hurt a lot, but and she's suicidal.
Perfect
She's
for
a
Will.
mess. But she seems very motivated to want to get her shit together and get away from people that are hurting her.
So she stinks because she hasn't bathed in a week.
Right.
Right? Cuddled up with drunk, stinking Roy.
Right.
She's suicidal.
Right.
You know, and I mean, perfect for Will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Let's get those two crazy kids together.
She doesn't do drugs, and she doesn't smoke, and she doesn't drink. I gotta
She
find
should
out if she has a
start.
felony, though. I didn't ask her. Roy said he doesn't think that she does. So I do gotta ask her that. If she has a felony, she can't stay anyway. But my main focus is making sure that you were all right with it.
How long after moving in do you think it'd be before she saw Mr. Penis?
So don't you need to
Oh,
tell her
see,
about
I'm
your charge
thinking-
before anything?
I do. That's why
An hour.
I still got
tops.
dogs. So if you want to be on the phone with me when I tell her,
Oops. I forgot
I'm
you were
fine.
coming. Ooh.
if you were
Do
here,
you want
I'd
to
have to
call
tell
her
her.
right now?
No, I'll tell her when she shows up, so I can tell her face to face.
The face.
But she's got to know everything about me, so she knows. You know, so she
When
knows
is that?
everything. I don't know. She's supposed to be coming over pretty soon.
Yeah, he opens the door to welcome her to his property, and he's got Mr. Penis just swinging.
Oh, 100%.
She just gets out of the truck. So where's the metal? Oh, God!
So she was coming over, but you wanted my opinion first?
And I wanted your opinion. I wanted to know that you were all right with it, because I had already told her. I needed to mention it to Jamie and ask her about it and make sure she's all right with it.
Right, but she is already on the way.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
she was excited about doing it. But I didn't really think that you'd have a problem with it because she'd be in there with Roy anyway.
When you see this metal shed a rockin', don't come a knockin'. The Cornville pipe layers at work.
Okay, well, call me when she gets there and you are going to tell her.
Okay, well, yeah, I know I'm going to tell her. I got to tell her anyway. I want to make sure that you were all right with it.
Okay, boo. Bye.
Hey, Blinken, new song for you. Mr. Penis just a swinging.
Boob. Oh, she called me boob. All right, I love you.
Ume, you're gonna hate what you have to eat.
Yeah.
Call me when she gets there.
Sorry.
Oh, will honey. She has a dog too. It's at her mother's house now, she said.
When is she supposed to be there?
I don't know. I was just texting with her because she had questions about electricity and running water. and for some reason she thought Roy had money. I have a feeling he's done some lying to her. She asked,
Come on, who the hell looks at Roy and thinks he's got money?
Cha-ching!
I mean, the man's living in a hotel room. There's no way she thought he had money.
for her address and I gave it to her. I'd asked her if she was on her way, but I haven't got any answer yet.
When was that?
A little over an hour ago.
So she isn't coming then?
I don't know yet, honey. She just asked me about any other rooms in the house and who else lives with me. I told her she can sleep on the couch till we get the room in the shed ready, and told her that I'm working tomorrow and won't slow my day down for them tomorrow. So if she wants to do this, they better get their asses moving. I think Roy has told her that he has money to rent a place and is screwing with her head. He is very pathetic right now.
Why couldn't she rent the spare room?
She can, but I'm not having both of them in there. And when you and Will get here, that's Will.
The woman can have the room. Roy gets locked in the shed.
I can see it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Will's room. I also didn't think you'd want me to rent it to another woman.
It's a cold night, honey. You
She
can
said
sleep
she would
in
be
my
here in
room.
about 15 minutes without Roy, honey. Do you want me to let her rent the spare room? I say she can stay on the couch until we get the room fixed in the shed because the spare room is Will's. Maybe we can get her and Will to talk to each other and get to know each other over the phone. Then they can both share the guest room.
Just call whenever.
Okay, precious.
It's been 15 minutes.
I know, she's not here yet. I'm not going to worry about it. She shows, she shows. If not, then, oh well. You and I still have a place to live, and that's really my only worry. All I can do is offer her the help. If she shows up, I will call you, honey.
Yeah, I'm waiting around for this call is why I'm asking.
No.
I mean, does Lauren really have a place to live? I mean, he's got a place that mostly keeps the rain off of him, but is that living?
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think that's actually living.
Is that living?
Okay,
He
could
has
be wrong.
He has an existing spot. There's a point in space he occupies, I guess.
I know, honey. I'm sorry. I've been waiting around too. Holy fucking shit, honey.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Hey, honey.
Hello.
That shit ain't gonna fucking happen.
Well, Boom
There ain't
Shaky,
no
thanks for
fucking
stopping
way.
by.
Bye, Boom Chicky.
She just fucking showed up and she walked over to the storage shed and she fucking looked at this is the place. She wouldn't shut the fuck up. I was like, what the fuck? And I told her, I said, if you shut the fuck up, I'll tell you what we can do. I said, and I've been talking to Jamie, and we're thinking about letting you stay in the spare room. And she's like, well, that's not going to happen there. I'm not. She was very focused on the fucking shed. Then she went over to look at the fucking chicken coop.
Did you hear that? I just picked up on that. Said we're thinking about letting you rent the spare bedroom. She looked at the trailer and said, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She said, what's this? I said, that's a fucking chicken pen. And I told her, I said, I'm not the one that's fucking homeless here and staying in my truck. I said, I'm trying to fucking help you out. I see potential in you. If you want the help, I'm trying to give it to you.
See potential in you?
What?
What the f...
What? But
that would be really frightening, right?
that would. What potential,
See
Lauren?
potential in you.
I said, but I'm telling you right now, Roy's head is fucked up. If you want to follow him and get all fucked up like he is, that's up to you. I said, but I'm not fucking around. I'm trying to help you. If you don't want the fucking help, then don't even bother.
Chatterbait Billy, you're right. This is the day she turned her life around. She realized that she had reached such a rock bottom that she almost let Lorne Armstrong lock her in a metal shed.
Yeah.
I bet right now, today, she's probably graduated from some degree program and is an advocate helping at-risk women or something.
Oh, probably.
I
This would be anybody's turning around point.
That has to be rock bottom when you realize you're about to move into Lorne Armstrong's shed that locks from the outside.
Yeah.
That has to be bottom.
She said, well, I appreciate it, Bob. No,
And I truly hope this woman's life is way better than it was when this call took place.
100%.
It cannot possibly be worse.
not staying in that shed, and
This is
and
the parole officer.
she said, nice truck, and she said, I'd seen it before. I've seen you following me around. I was like, what? I said, I didn't fucking never even seen you till today. I just fucking, she got in her truck, and I just fucking let her fucking go. What a fucking
Weren't you
weirdo.
supposed to call me when she got there?
But didn't even have a chance, honey. She was fucking walking around like she owned the fucking place. So it's starting to piss me off the way she was acting. So I fucking, holy fucking, I'm glad she's fucking gone. That's fucked straight up. Roy said that she doesn't do drugs, but that right there was somebody that acts like they do drugs.
No, that was somebody that has even a sliver of self-respect.
Yeah.
That realized that she was about to get into a dangerous situation.
Absolutely.
And even if Lauren didn't have any ill intentions towards this woman, which I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But even if he didn't, you know he does not respect a renter's rights.
No.
You know that you're
Not at
paying
all.
rent for where you are, and he still sees that as his space.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, even if he wasn't planning to fuck this woman, he'd go, well, you're in my fucking shed.
Oh, yeah.
And what she was wearing was a fucking skimpy-ass skirt. No. I want to have something like
you
her.
didn't even explain what happened.
Didn't even explain what happened. I just explained, honey. She walked over to the store. She said, this is the place. She said, I'm not staying in this. She said, there's not even any room in there. I said, well, if you shut the fuck up, then I'll tell you what we can do. I said, we can move shit so you can stay in there. She said, well, what's this place over here? And then she walked over to the chicken shed. I said, that's a fucking chicken shack. And she was looking all around. I said, oh, my God.
That
That's a fucking
doesn't seem
nightmare.
like a nice response.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, Derek, exactly. Why
she
does
was
it...
not...
Huh?
Sorry, I was just pointing out. Jamie was not saying that about the woman's response.
Yeah. But yeah, why does a skimpy skirt matter to somebody you're just renting a room to?
Yeah.
Why would it matter what they do with their day?
It shouldn't.
It's very
in any
telling,
way.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fucked up.
Yeah, no. The problem, what she was commenting on was you going, shut the fuck up, Lauren.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very inviting, isn't he?
Very.
That was royally fucked up. But
Saying
she was
shut the
wouldn't
fuck
even.
up after she said she doesn't like the shed.
Well, she needed to shut the fuck up. I couldn't fucking say anything. Couldn't even get a word in because she
Seemed
was
like a
fucking
nice
yakking away.
response.
Well, honey, the way she was acting, I didn't care. I'm trying to fucking help her out.
Oh, we got a super chat.
Okay.
She's the one that's fucking acting like a fucking douchebag, like she fucking, like this isn't staying in the fucking shed like that is not good enough for her. She said if it was cleaned all out, then yeah, it'd be all right.
Okay.
Earlier, she was all for fucking staying in any place where she didn't have to, where she could lay down and not have to sleep in her truck. And now she's all like, well, that's not good enough for her. So, like, what the fuck?
Well, at least the truck you can control the locks.
Yeah.
At least the truck, you can lock it from the inside.
It's safe.
It's safer. Let's see. Hi, Precious. New Kentucky prison jokes and Donkey Kong comics.
Yes.
Let's see. Lon, why do you have meth-addicted hookers locked in your shipping container? Why is Roy drunk passed out in the chicken coop? I tell you, your rent comes first. Mom!
That's great.
Somehow he turned it around on Roy, too.
Oh, 100%.
I'm not putting up with fucking shit like that.
Well, it's a
You can go
shit.
fuck yourself. I don't know her.
Oh, wouldn't you pay money to see Lauren tell Ume to shut the fuck up?
Yes.
Oh, wouldn't you pay money to see that?
I would pay good money.
and
then
I'd
like-
have to videotape because that would We couldn't put it on YouTube, but that'd be our next Rumble video. It'd be just Ume beating the shit out of Lauren.
Yes.
That'd be our next
Front
video.
row
That'd be our
seat.
next Rumble exclusive.
I don't care. It's better than her truck. Roy had it fixed up before, so it was nice in that room.
Did he? Did he?
Did he really, Lauren?
really?
I'm not gonna fucking cater to her fucking needs. I don't even know her. I tried to help her out. That's her fucking problem, not mine.
And you thought her and Will would be good together?
Well, well, from what I saw earlier, you know, she acted more normal earlier. The way she just acted, it ain't no fucking way. I wouldn't fucking hook her up with Will. And she acted like she just fucking did drugs. And Roy said she doesn't do drugs.
So she acted like she just did drugs by not wanting to live in a shipping container full of tools. Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah, you must really like me to punch me like that.
So fuck that. Fucking wait around all fucking day to fucking try to help out a stupid fuck like that.
Ume's just beating him with his own spiral ham.
You and I are
That
just
irritates the fuck out of me.
popcorn watching.
Yelling World Star.
Now, I know Roy's lied to her and told her that he's got money. You don't have any fucking money. That boy is so fucked up. I don't think I even want him staying with me.
Now Roy's
I've
out.
seen what he's dragging around.
I mean, let's be honest, he was going to be out anyway.
He was. He just didn't know he
Yeah.
did.
The fucking Jesus. That was fucking irritating. Just fucking sad.
So fucking sad.
It's funny you said you didn't have time, but 10 minutes ago you said you knew and were waiting. It seems like an easy dial would haven't been out of the realm of possibilities.
Didn't have time. What do you mean? Well, telling her I'm not gonna have time to fucking wait around for her all day.
Yeah,
I'm not
he'd
gonna
still eat
revolve
the
my
ham.
day around
Yeah.
somebody that I'm trying to help out and they don't want to fucking help themselves. Why are you trying to find fault with me when I tried to help someone out?
Well, Lauren, you didn't really try to help someone out. You saw an opportunity. That's not the same thing as helping someone out.
It's not, Lauren.
Yeah. Everybody here can tell you just saw an opportunity. You were even setting up for the reason you were going to kick Roy out.
You
That seems
said
a little
5
fucked up,
minutes
don't you think?
before you called me she wasn't there yet. And you couldn't call me.
Yeah. Then, honey, I just got a chance. She wasn't even here that long. I mean, she walked out of her truck, walked up to the shed,
You
walked in
also
the shed, and
swore
just
at
kept
her and
fucking
woman.
yakking. I don't give a shit. I don't know why you're trying to find fault with me and I'm trying to help someone else and they act like a fucking ass. It doesn't make sense that you're trying to find fault with me.
Maybe because you're a douche.
I'm not going to put up with somebody like that.
You know what all this disappointment is? Like, have you ever had something just built up in your mind about how great it was going to be, only to have it just completely fall flat? That's what it was. He thought he had found himself his new girlfriend. He had already began envisioning what this relationship was like. He was going to dump the robot. He was going to have this new girlfriend living there. He had already pictured all this in his mind. That's why he's so mad about her skirt. Because she was cheating on us.
She's the one that needs help and I offered her the help.
You are embarrassed, that's why you are upset.
Yeah.
No, I'm not embarrassed of what? So I have something she
Disgusting
doesn't?
shed.
I'm not embarrassed about anything. pissed off at the way she fucking
That
acted.
someone would rather sleep in their truck than your shed.
But that shed would have been fine to sleep with it, and it had to fucking move the shit. But she was just all acting like bleh,
Yeah.
like fucking wild ass fucking shit. That's so fucking irritating.
She would rather be homeless than stay with you. It's okay to be embarrassed.
That's bullshit that you even say that, try to fucking make me feel like that, I think. I mean, that really is. She'd rather sleep in her truck than in the shed. That's up to her, not me. Just tells me she don't want a fucking actual roof over her head and doesn't want to try having a life.
The truck has a roof. The truck will keep the rain off of her.
Yeah.
That's more than we can say about your trailer. And the truck probably does not have an aging pedophile who wants to feel her up.
Probably.
Or if it does, she's allowed him to come in.
Yeah.
She'd rather be like Roy. I don't understand why you would try to make me feel bad for trying to help
Now
somebody
your
else.
shed packed with your hoarding goods. I wonder why she didn't want to just jump right in.
Yeah.
The shed's not packed with hoarding goods. It's not hoarding, it's a yard sale shit. And all that's under your awning. And the shed is all fucking, just about all tools.
You say yard sale, I say hoarding.
Well, we'll get rid of the fucking hoarding shit. I don't care. It doesn't bother me to not have it.
Then get rid of it.
I've had thoughts of just fucking throwing it all away just so I can fucking have some space around here without having to fucking move shit around.
Then do it.
Yeah. You are strong.
Yeah.
Trash is weak.
You're strong. It's part of your name.
Jesus Christ. I'll never try to help somebody else like that again. That includes Roy too, because Aunt Sharon told me he just screwed me up. And she's right, he will. His head is so far up his ass, it's pathetic.
But you were willing to deal with that if you thought you were going to get a girlfriend out of this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now he's going to be all sanctimonious about Roy and how, like, you know, if he lets Roy over there, it's just going to derail him and blah, blah, blah. But he was willing to take all of that danger to lock a woman in his shed.
Yes.
Yeah. And now that there's no woman, Roy's out in the cold.
It's
Bye,
too
bitch.
bad I couldn't hear what happened. Someone couldn't push call.
But, honey, my phone was in my pocket, and she was fucking walking along like she owned the fucking place, and I was following her trying
You
to fucking
have the headset
tell her,
always
to
attached
fucking
to your
calm
ear.
down here and relax. Then I'll explain shit to you. But when she's walking around like she owns the fucking place, it irritates me.
Oh, didn't know you don't have hands.
Well, I was irritated, concentrating on her bullshit.
Lauren, we all know why you didn't call the robot. That is because you were going to shoot your shot.
Yep.
You were going to start sweet talking this woman. You didn't want your robot girlfriend to hear that. And it all went sour. That is why. Otherwise, you would have been on the phone with her as soon as you saw the woman's truck pull up.
Yep. If she had been ugly,
Yeah.
then it would have been all over.
Yep. But no, you thought you could shoot your shot, so you didn't want your girlfriend listening.
Seemed to think she was something fucking hot in that skirt, and I was like, Jesus Christ. Throw fucking tattoos all over her and make her look stupid.
It's awful rich when Lauren calls somebody, says someone's looking stupid.
Yeah.
That's awful rich right there. How does Lauren have the right to look down on anybody?
Should have fucking
How
guessed.
did she act like thought she was hot?
The fucking skirt she was wearing, she had some halter top that was coming down over her shoulder and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And she had high heels on.
The bitch.
Oh, so her clothes determine her thought process?
No, but the way she was acting earlier too with Roy.
Well, she probably thought
Why
she
are you
was
trying to
coming to
find fault
clean
with
a
me?
living
Chill.
space, not move tools.
Yeah.
Wonder what people think of you when they see what you are wearing.
Don't give a shit.
Lauren, a melting mannequin that dresses in Goodwill Boy Scout leader clothes, says her clothes make her look stupid. He was looking hot in that. And don't you dare start trashing his beach outfit either.
Not homeless.
I'll have you know Casey Morrow herself picked that outfit out for him. The beach outfit.
Making fun of her tattoos, what a tough guy.
No, I'm not making fun of her. Just the fucking way she acted. Pissed me off.
You would be homeless if it weren't for your aunt bailing you out.
Alright, I'm getting off the phone because all you want to do is fucking put me down. Have a great day. Hello?
Hello.
What's up? You alright?
I'm sorry about earlier, you just came off as rude. And when you mentioned the way she looks, it made me mad because people do that to me.
So, honey, the way she looks goes with the attitude. It pissed me off because she thought she was all that. She thought she was the most important fucking person in the world. That wasn't what somebody else had to offer her wasn't good enough. She'd rather fucking sleep in her truck than actually have an actual place over her head and have to fucking fix it up a little bit. Like she had to do a little work so that would fucking kill her. That's the way she was coming off. I'm not gonna bend over and kiss her fucking ass. I'm the one fucking offering her a place to fucking stay. The way you are is completely different than the way she is. When you dress up, your attitude goes with the way that you dress because you actually have a brain. That did not have a brain.
Mm-hmm.
And that explains why she was over there with Roy. So now I'm not even gonna let Roy fucking stay. The fucking people he's letting into his life, I don't want them around me. It's just fucking horse shit. Somebody tries to be nice and offer you a fucking place to stay so you can get back on your feet, and you act like that.
What did she say that made you so upset?
Yes, exactly. You hit the nail on the head. Her back was supposed to be so against the wall. She was supposed to be just so broken by her conditions that she was going to see Lauren as her savior and immediately hop into a relationship with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not even exactly the things that she said. It's the way she acted. It's like it wasn't good enough for her. She'd rather sleep in her fucking truck. And I'm trying to tell you, if you fucking relax and listen, then I'll tell you that we can clean this out so you can fucking make something back there that's going to be livable.
Lauren, here's an idea, and I know this hasn't occurred to you because you don't really do a lot of thinking, but maybe it's not the garbage in the shipping container that she was saying she didn't want to live around. Maybe it's the shipping container she didn't want to live in. Maybe it's the disgusting trailer she didn't want to live in. Like, just throwing that out there. Maybe it's not the shit in those places. It is the places themselves that she just didn't want to go that low.
You're talking crazy.
Yeah.
She said, well, don't tell me relax. I'm the one that has to sleep in my truck. I said, I'm telling you fucking relax because I'm fucking the one offering you a place to stay. I said, and I talked to Jamie, and her and I were talking about maybe letting you stay in the house in the room. And it's like she didn't even hear that.
You left that out last time.
No, I said it. I started to say it. I don't know if I finished saying it. Well, that's when she walked over to the chicken shed. And she said, what's this? I said, that's a chicken house.
I'd be pissed if the
I tried
chickens
to
were going
fucking
to be
help
living
her.
better
I'm
than me
not going to
too.
fucking try to do that shit again. No, it's anybody that fucking Roy hanging around. Hey, Roy?
That was a really cute chicken coop, by the way. It really was. It was a chicken mansion. The chickens lived way better than Lauren. Lauren should have moved into that.
We don't even want help. If you
They
saw how
started
fucking
building
pathetic
closets.
he was this morning,
What that was.
well, she walked over to us like, is it a place that she can stay in? When the chickens were right outside, right in the pen. There's no way that she couldn't see the chickens. They were clucking. Jesus Christ, she didn't act like I owed her something. Then I would have offered maybe we could build another little house or another little building that you could stay in, like we was going to do with Roy. But now I don't even want to do anything for Roy because if you would have saw how pathetic he acted this morning, honey,
Lauren, did you tell her it was a shed?
I told her it was a shed. I told her it was a metal shed. She even asked if she could keep her tools in there, and I said, I don't care. I said, just don't mix them up with mine, because when you leave, you're not going to want to have your tools missing, and I don't want to have my tools missing.
That's not a shed. It's a shipping container.
No, I know.
Yes, exactly. Like if I was down on my luck and someone said, look, I've got a metal shed, and you can live in half of it, and I'll put all my tools in the other half, I would assume it was, like a shed that had multiple bays in it, and that I would be getting, say, the left side of the thing, that I would be renting out. And I wouldn't be enthused about a shed, but I would be expecting a shed.
Yeah.
Right?
Not...
I would be thinking maybe it's got electricity out there, all that. I'd be thinking maybe it's kind of nice. I wouldn't be thinking it'd be just some rusted out old shipping container full of garbage.
No.
Nobody'd be thinking that.
But it's a metal shed. That's what I used it for, is a metal shed.
Yeah, he was going to build her a house,
It's
too.
not a shed, though.
And I even told her we're going to put an addition on it. So that way you get more room to move around.
An addition on it, yes. That
she
was
knew
the big
that.
issue.
I told her that when I was over at Roy's hotel room.
So
I
when
know
you
Roy's
tell her
been-
it's a shed, she may have expected something else.
Nope, maybe.
What?
I told her it was a metal shed. And she said, is there a door on it that I can lock? I said, yeah. I said, there's a door that you can lock, and we can fix it so there's the door that Roy had before.
That isn't a metal shed, Lawn, it's a shipping container.
The hooker
Honey, I
run.
understand that. I know that.
Oh.
But Roy stayed in it before, and he had the room fixed up fairly decent. And we had plans to put an addition on it anyway.
So
She
when
would
you
add
tell
more room
other
to move
people
around.
it's a metal shed, what do you think comes to mind?
That?
Well, to me, that comes to mind.
No else thinks that.
Maybe not, but still, if I let her use half of it, that's half of 53 feet. So she'd have, what, 26 and a half feet that she'd be able to move around in.
Hotel room.
I like the way he keeps saying that she can move around in, like we're talking about a dog kennel.
Yeah.
She can move around.
This morning, yeah. She wasn't even there.
I love that mental image.
I didn't even know who she was. She got there after I did. And I had asked Roy, I said, who's that? And that's when he told me that's Julie's friend. He asked me if I remember Julie. I said, yeah, I remember Julie. She was a real winner, Roy.
You're one to talk.
I'm not going to try to fucking help anybody like that again. Especially if
So
they
you
have
already
something to
saw
do with
her?
Roy. This morning, yeah. And she was climbing all over Roy and fucking cuddling with him. I was like, wow. And Roy
So
reached the
then
alcohol.
why did her appearance shock you later?
Well,
Okay, Ume asked a question here. How could a shed be nicer than a shipping container? Well, some sheds, sheds run a full gambit. They run a full gambit from like just shitty lean-tos to really nice structures. Some sheds actually can be quickly converted to one of those tiny houses. Like some sheds are really only like a water and electric hookup away from being one of those tiny houses. My granddad had a shed that he had constructed in his backyard that we all referred to as the little house because it was in fact a little house. It was fully insulated, electric, plumbing, and everything. Even had a garage on it. My best friend has a shed in his backyard that we insulated, and really it's just a water hookup away from being something that, if you had to, you could probably live in. It stays warm in the winter, cool in the summer. Sheds run a full gambit. There are nice sheds that are almost like one of those tiny houses, and then there are just shitty lean-tos.
Yeah.
And
his didn't even hit shitty lean-to.
Yeah, his isn't even shitty lean-to. It's just old rusted shipping container. Like, it's uninsulated in the main winter. Like, it's ridiculous.
I don't know. I guess I expected her attitude to be different, but she seemed so excited earlier that she would have a place to sleep, but she could sleep in a bed and not in her truck.
Right, her appearance.
Yeah, Home Depot actually sells these little sheds that I see articles written about how they're actually a tiny home just, sold as a shed. Like, they actually have the water hookups and everything. And, like, they have little porches and everything on them.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes sheds are actually cute little tiny houses.
This is a problem now.
I guess it just irritated me earlier, or this time. It wasn't her appearance. I guess it just went along with her attitude. Her attitude is what fucked it up. Earlier, her attitude was great, and she was dressed similar to what she was this time. This time it was like I had. Huh?
You think so low of women?
No, I don't, honey.
Yes, he does.
No, I don't mind when a woman dresses like. I don't mind when a woman dresses like that and has a good attitude. But when she comes here thinking that acting like I owe her something, I didn't owe her fucking shit. I just met her this morning. I was offering her a fucking place to stay so she could get back on her feet.
Then you can insult her clothes and tattoos.
Well, there's just the way she was acting. It wasn't so much her clothes. It was actually her clothes did look pretty. It just irritated the fuck
But
out of
that's
me.
not what you said earlier.
Well, no, it's not. I'm sorry that I said it.
And you said her tattoos were disgusting.
Well, they just didn't match.
Well,
Well, why are you trying to find fucking fault with me?
Because
Constantly.
it's easy.
Because they're just right there in the open.
Jesus, Jamie. You're
Stop
always
yelling.
doing this. Why? Well, why are you
Stop
always trying to
yelling.
find fault with me?
It's weird. It's almost as if the robot's a character designed to make him mad.
Yeah, weird. Nah.
Maybe I was just trying to find fault with her because of the way she acted with me.
how was she making it that she owed her something?
Just the way she acted. She even told me earlier that she was spoiled.
How
I-
was she
I
making
asked
it
her-
that you owed her something?
The way that she was acting. Like it wasn't good enough like it wasn't good enough to stay in. And she'd rather sleep in her truck than fucking clean the fucking shit up. And when she
It
even
isn't
said,
all,
she
let's
said,
be honest here.
Roy slept in it. Roy had it looking good back there.
Oh, well, if Roy lived in it, it must be good enough for everybody.
100%.
Now, also, I have seen shipping containers converted into tiny houses. It can be done, but not Lorne's.
No.
Roy's an alcoholic.
He wasn't drinking at the time. I told him he couldn't drink here. He knew he couldn't. But me and him actually fixed it up so that it looked decent in there. He had a little refrigerator in there. He had his twin-size bed in there. He had his coffee pot in there.
Right, so if it's good enough for Roy, anyone should accept it.
When they're sleeping in the truck,
Roy slept in the middle of the road. So I guess by that logic, everybody should just be cool sleeping in the middle of the road.
Alright. I would do that before Lauren's trailer, too.
Yeah, I would sleep in the middle of West Ridge Road before I slept at 388 West Ridge Road.
Yeah.
it's better than sleeping in the truck.
Hey, X Derek's Tweety Bird tramp stamp is very tasteful.
I'm not going to do it. I tried to help somebody else.
Right, so should I say the same thing? Well, I'm staying at MJS, it's better than staying at a trailer.
Your logic.
Why would you say that?
Lauren, please, look at your trailer. Step back for a second and look at it. Not what you think it can be one day. Just look at what it is right now. And then just look at your next door neighbor's house. Just look at it. Count to 3. I know that'll take you about 10 minutes. Turn back and look at your trailer. Count to 3. Turn back. Just do that until all of a sudden you realize you live in a garbage pit.
Yeah.
Don't get offended, it's your logic.
No, my logic was she's staying in a fucking vehicle, and I'm trying to help her out so she could stay in something she could get up and walk around in. And I even told her that you and I had talked about her staying in the house in the spare room. But it's like she didn't even hear that.
Just wondering what house. She couldn't decide which of your structures was worse. She decided the
So
chicken
did you
shack
tell her
looked
your
better.
charge?
I would,
You
too.
didn't even get a chance to. That's how fast she was here and gone. not something I'm going to dwell on. That's, that's her fucking life.
So tell me how you offered this place to stay to her.
Because she said she was sleeping in her truck, and she planned on staying in the hotel with Roy, and Roy can't even afford it. I think he's lying to her and telling her that he's got money and can. Well, this apartment that he plans on or talks about renting is $725.
Gosh,
So you say no, it's okay, I have a metal shed.
I told her, I said, that's what I said. I have a metal shed that if you want, you can stay in that.
How does Lorne not realize that he's just taking advantage of people in a bad situation? Like, how does he not realize that he is describing himself seeing people in their lowest moments and then kicking them while they're down? Seeing a way to turn a fast buck on some people that don't have a buck. Like, how does he not realize that's what he's describing himself as doing?
No self-awareness.
Yeah.
I said, it needs to be cleaned up. I said, but I won't have to.
Like, I keep pausing, I know, but there's his brother. Desperate, poor, broke, desperate poverty due to alcoholism, right?
Yes.
And he's got this other woman along for the ride who has been abused by her boyfriend, kicked out of the house, theoretically a hooker, stuck on the streets living in her truck, right?
Right.
They're in a hotel room they can't afford to be in. And Lorne looks at this and goes, ka-ching.
Yeah.
Jed, you can stay in the other half. I'll fix it so you can stay in the other half.
He's like an onion, and every layer is just more shit. Yeah, exactly, Chatterbait Billy.
All I was doing was trying to help her out. Just like I tried to help Roy out. But Roy is just so pathetic right now. It sucks.
You're not helping him out. You're taking your drunk, broke brother, moving him into your shipping container, pumping him for what little money he has, and then forcing him to do slave labor. You're not helping him. If anything, you're just going to drive him to drink even more.
No, I'm not.
It's like, what's your theory? If he's too drunk to buy too broke to buy alcohol?
I'm not going to lose any sleep over it because he's the one that's put himself where he's at. I've tried to help him. He can't stay with Mom. Uncle Clay won't let him stay with Mom. But the only options that he has is homeless shelter or in the shed. And I don't even want him staying with me now. Not to see the people that he's hanging around.
Yeah, thank God Lorne's such a terrible manipulator.
Yeah.
Sharon's right on that because I can't risk him getting me in trouble.
Right, Roy's out on the street because this woman didn't think your shipping container was livable.
Yeah, exactly, Ume. Lorne is sitting here on his high horse because he's a self-made man. That he owns his property and he has this beautiful house and shit. It was literally all given to him except for the land. And the land was sold to him for a song. And he still needed his aunt to help him with it. He still needed his aunt and his mom to help him with it. But he acts like he's this self-made man, looking down his nose at Roy.
Look, he is a self-made man. He is.
Yeah, he made shit.
Look, He became a TV star. He has a large fan group.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. He was the biggest thing on NBC. And he has all these fans on the internet who are obsessed with him.
That's not the thing, honey.
Weirdos.
The thing is, Roy doesn't even care about himself right now. So if he doesn't care about himself, he's not going to care about me. He's not going to care about what he does. He'll bring alcohol, radiation.
Yeah, and somehow he managed to luck out with those COVID payments where he was getting the unemployment, even though he's fresh out of jail. And he was getting the COVID unemployment and everything. He was making more money than he's ever made. And he has nothing to show for it except for that piece of land right there that's been befouled.
I don't like that word.
Just like he did last weekend. Hit it over on Ben's land, right next to my land.
It's all about you, right?
When it comes to me not going to jail, yes. I bought this, not Roy.
You didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Unemployment did.
For 3 years, it was my money that I earned. There was only 6 months of unemployment.
Again, yes, Ume, Lauren should be flush with cash. No dependents, like no rent, nothing. Nothing but just amusing himself. And he bought that land for like, I don't know, like $5,000 or something. It was for nothing. He paid nothing for that, basically. He should be flush with cash. But he pissed it all away and has nothing to show for it.
He has a cement mixer.
Yeah, he has a cement mixer.
Didn't you get most of that in a will?
Just the trailer. A trailer and the shipping container, and the dog shed, and the lawnmower. That's what I got in Uncle Rich's will.
Isn't that everything?
No, the land I bought.
Well,
Huh?
I'd love to know how much he actually paid for that land because there's no way he paid market value for it.
No way.
No way.
what did you buy it with?
Somewhere along the way I heard 5,000,
With my money.
but I could be wrong about that.
There was only 6 months of unemployment to help pay for this. The other 3 years was all my money from my work. Why are you trying to find fault with that? Because that doesn't make sense.
Because of your holier-than-thou attitude.
No. It's the fact of the matter. I got to look out for me. I can't look out for Roy when Roy's not even looking out for himself. I've told Roy not to drink before. What's he do? He
That's
sneaks
not what
fucking
you
alcohol.
said.
I have told Roy not to drink here before. And what does he do? He sneaks alcohol here in his fucking toolbox and puts it in his coffee, in his soda, and whatever he's drinking. And he thinks he's fucking smart enough to hide it. And I found fucking beer cans all over the fucking place when I got back from
You said Roy
from
isn't
being
looking
incarcerated.
out for himself, so he isn't looking out for me. That's what you said.
Yeah. He's not going to look out. He's not looking out for himself. Why is he going to look out for me?
Oh, I guarantee he signed that fucking waiver.
If he brings alcohol here, it gets me in trouble. Can put me right back in jail.
But
No,
you're
thank
okay
you.
with having him there if the hot young thing that he's dating is going to be there.
Yeah, Roy was cool then.
If he
Yeah.
wants to do that shit to himself, that's fine. I'm not going to let him do it to
Mike
me.
Roy's out on the street, but I'll help him if a girl comes along.
That's what
No.
I'm
I was trying to help Roy before. That's why I told him the lady in Madison that I'd be over tomorrow instead of today. 'Cause I had to fix my sink, and I figured I'd go over and talk to Roy and see if he'll straighten his ass out. And get over here and start getting his life back.
What
So
was
that
that?
didn't even happen. Huh?
What was that?
What was what?
There's an echo.
Echo? I don't know. All I'm doing is walking around in the kitchen. Might have been my hands on the counter. That? Is that the sound?
Sure.
It must be just my hands on the counter.
Yeah.
Honey, you can't expect me to look after Roy when he doesn't want to look after himself. He doesn't look after me when he comes here now. He comes here drunk. I can't have that around me.
Yes, Lauren, because he's an alcoholic. Alcoholics show up to places drunk. Alcoholics hide alcohol. Don't you remember? You used to do the same thing before you were too scared to go back to prison?
Why does he have to look after you?
Well, because when it comes to him drinking here, that could send me back to jail. So I'm not supposed to have alcohol on the property while I'm on probation.
So
And Roy
then
doesn't
why
care.
consider it at all?
Because I don't want Roy to be out on the street and homeless. So I try to help him out, but he's not even helping. He doesn't even care right now. He doesn't even care about himself. You know, it's pretty fucking upsetting. I hate to see him so fucking down like this, but he's doing it to himself.
That's why he needs help.
But you can't help somebody that don't want to help themselves. We've all tried.
Tell me
I
about
thought he
it.
had mom. He had mom so stressed out before it was unbelievable. So Uncle Clay won't let him stay at mom's anymore. The only option that he has is the homeless shelter or here in the shed. And now I can't let him stay in the shed because I can't take that chance.
Now, I keep coming back to this, and I know this is really off the topic, but, you know, and Roy is a grown man and responsible for himself, right? Mm-hmm. But the Armstrongs could do something about this. They could get Roy into a rehab program or something. They could get him some addiction counseling. The Armstrongs could help this problem. They're a big, tight family with at least a couple of relatives that have a few bucks to throw around. Roy, I'm sure, has some form of state-provided health insurance, right?
Right.
Roy could get into an addiction program. They could help him do that. But instead, they'd rather just give him ultimatums and tell him to smarten his ass up. That just really bothers me, because they act like they do so much for this guy, but the one thing that could help him, they won't do.
Yeah.
Like, it never occurs to them to do it.
Of course not.
Because that's just how the Armstrongs handle problems. They do nothing, and they run out of ideas. Rant over.
Okay.
I hate to fucking see him like this.
Because the woman insulted you. Stop with this bullshit chance.
Yes, X-Derek, exactly like when they discovered Lorne had his problem in the late 90s and was talking to kids.
Yeah.
They sat down, they had a heart-to-heart with him. He probably cried and said, "Oh, I'm not going to do it again." And, you know, the orchestra swelled and everybody hugged and credits rolled. So that's how they deal with their problems.
I wasn't even thinking about the fucking woman. Where did you get that at? I was talking about Roy.
Because he can't now because of her. It's not hard to follow along.
It's because of the people that he's hanging around with. He's bringing people in like that. He's not going to be here. He's not bringing people like that here.
Right, one person.
One person, but he's brought another person like that here before, and I let him stay the night. It was actually the friend Julie that he was talking about. That's where he met this girl from.
I don't
smart,
like
he would've
them.
stayed-
To the streets for you, Roy, but I'll cry that I can't help him.
Why do you not understand? I'm not putting myself in jeopardy of going to jail because he wants to drink.
You were today, Lorne.
I was trying to get him to knock his bullshit off with the alcohol.
You were
And
today.
stop. I work today what?
Taking the chance.
I know I was taking the chance to try to get my brother back on his feet. And I told him that.
Right, but now that this woman comes along, not anymore.
And not when he's going to bring people around like that. He's hanging around people like that. I don't want people over here like that. He doesn't show me enough
Right,
respect
sure
to not
why you
fucking
are
bring
trying
alcohol
to
here.
tiptoe around this.
He doesn't respect me enough to not bring alcohol around here when I've told him I can't have alcohol on the property. And he still brings it on the property.
Right, but he was going to move in today.
If you stop drinking, but he can't. He doesn't even try. It's like Aunt Sharon said, sometimes they've got to fall flat on their face.
See, what all this is, all this righteous indignation pointed towards Roy, he's mad about the woman, but he knows Jamie's not going to let him go with that.
Yeah.
So now he's just directed all that anger towards Roy. And Roy's the easy target. So he can just go on and on about Roy. But what he's really mad at is this woman.
Yeah. He's mad, one, that she would rather sleep in her truck than anywhere near him.
Yeah.
And two, that she has standards.
Yeah. And, yeah, exactly. And he's mad about all that. He watched his new girlfriend walk away. But he can't tell Jamie that. So the easy thing to do is just be mad about Roy.
Yeah. Like, she hit it on the head. I love how she coaxed him into letting little details slip. Like, oh yeah, he had seen her earlier that day wearing the same thing, but now he's mad about what she's wearing.
Now he's mad about it, yeah. Oh, well, we're about halfway through this. So I think we'll save the other half of this for next week.
Yeah, it is pretty long.
Yep. So, yeah, I think we'll just call it. I think we'll just call it done right there for tonight.
Yep.
Yep. So,
all right.
well, we appreciate everybody coming out. Hope y'all had some fun, and we got to rant about Lorne.
I like ranting about Lauren. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's also cathartic.
It is. It is.
All right, everybody. Stay safe. Kiss, kiss.